Now, while John was in New York getting back to the soil, I was in New York, where we met a young woman named Kellie Everts. Her method of spreading the gospel may be unusual, but it sure got our attention.
I save men in nightclubs, in burlesque theaters, on the streets. I save men anywhere where I can get them. I pray for them to save their soul. I'm just like a priest. I'm a nun in a G-string.
The lady who says she's a nun in a G-string has an unusual way of showing her devotion. Every morning, Kellie Everts walks a few blocks to church and prays religiously. Every evening, however, when she's working, she goes to a club like this and takes off her clothes religiously. Kellie Everts calls herself a stripper for God who says she was told to do this by a divine light. Before we spoke to Kellie at home, we had to first speak to the light which speaks to Kellie.
Now, am I talking to the light now?
The light is becoming stronger. The more questions you ask, the more of God's light will come through.
The illuminated lady. She dances to save men's souls. Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames and messieurs, Kellie Everts.
Do you have an agent?
I prayed on that once, and God told me that He is my manager.
I don't believe that.
How did you become a stripper for God?
When I was very young, I was very well built. So men always took advantage of me. I was going to kill myself, and I was very despondent, and I planned to go out to Death Valley and die of exposure. But I was saved by a great woman named Verna Talbot. She has a church in California called One World Light. She said, Kellie, if I had your body, and I was young like you, I would go on the stage and striptease and raise money for the church. She said, those women that condemn you do not have your body.
What does your minister feel about your job, your work?
He gave me a blessing. I never really said this to him before. I said, I'm on the stage nude, Father. He said, so what? Don't people understand creation? God didn't make junk.
How could you get salvation by exposing yourself?
You see, when I dance, it's not because I want to inspire lust in the men. Pure love is what I bring to the men, the poor, lonely men.
You like that? Yeah, I like that.
Right. Now, what do you think when you look out in your theater and you see that men don't have their Bibles, but they have their tongues hanging out?
You know, many times I put my tongue out as part of my act. But that's not a sin.
You've taken a vow of chastity?
Chastity is not as difficult as people think.
A lot of men find that out. Yes, they don't even have to take a vow.
I then asked Kellie if she'd taken any other vows.
I have taken a vow of poverty. I don't like luxury.
After Kellie told us that, she got a phone call which indicated that with inflation, even the price of poverty had gone up.
Well, I can't be too reasonable because I have to make money. I know, but they make a lot of money. Why can't they pay the artist?
Well, if it's a religious experience, why do you charge men to look at your body?
Well, you know, to see a stripper for God is expensive. Why shouldn't I make money? Why shouldn't I collect money? Why is it that only the evil people have to have money? Why?
Do you take pride in your body?
I am proud of my body as far as I respect my body because it is a temple of God, but I don't have a sinful pride. I build upon the temple. I work on the temple to make it beautiful. I am not an ordinary person.
Has there ever been a time when you thought God has forsaken you?
Once, for approximately a 3-month period during Lent in 1978 in Chicago at the Playboy Club, I went through the terrible, terrible mystical tortures.
A lot of people have at the Chicago Playboy Club.
And this was different, though. And there was a blackness, but my faith was strong, and the light came back.
When Kellie gets to be 86 years old, she's still not going to be stripping for God, and men aren't going to be paying money to see her body. What lies in the future for her then?
When Kellie is 86, she will be saving souls from heaven.
I think she'll go to heaven.
You must be a walking piece of heaven. Or is it love that makes me see this thing.
I've thought about becoming a nun very seriously.